right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first Terrific Kid program for this year. So for parents, this is a little bit different than what you're used to if you've had a terrific kid here before, because we used to do it in the gym with all of our students in the gym. However, we have so much instruction going on that we're trying not to pull the whole school out of class if we don't have to. So we are excited today to be introducing our terrific kids. We have a lot of kids today because we had to cancel our September terrific kid because of the hurricane. But that's okay because we're going to recognize those students today. So first, I would like to just take a moment and say thank you to the Kiwanis Club. Miss Tina Santillo is here, and she's going to share a little bit about what they do. But they always support our students, and they are the ones that sponsor the Terrific Kid program. So we're excited to have her come say a few words.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lundy. I am so excited to be here today representing the Lake Region Kiwanis Club. We love sponsoring the Terrific Kid program. It's so wonderful for kids to be recognized for doing a good job. So you guys, congratulations. I hope you're so proud of yourselves. You've been chosen today as good students and good citizens by your teachers and your classmates. So I am tremendously proud of you, and I hope you are as well. Thanks so much.
All right, so boys and girls, here come some of our last couple. All right, any other parents that don't see your children in here yet? All right, so boys and girls, look at me for just a minute. Eyes on me real quick. So if you're sitting on this side, when I call your names, you're going to end up coming up this side. You're going to walk up the steps and walk across, and you're going to stand right here the whole time that I'm reading about you. And Miss Santillo is going to be taking your picture, and parents, we are live streaming, and we will have video of the program. When I get to our 3rd through 6th graders, I'll start with 3rd grade, but you guys are going to walk up and come on this side, and you're going to stand right here on this side. And then I just want to remind you, boys and girls, to make sure that you're sitting quietly so parents can hear what we're saying about each of the other boys and girls, okay? All right, let's get started. Our first terrific kid today is Jacob out of Miss Abear's class. I was trying to give Miss Abear's last name, Jacob Rodriguez. Perfect. Hold this. You guys watch. Jacob's going to be my perfect model today. You show us what we're doing. There, you're going to smile. Jacob, you sure are terrific. If you were scared or nervous on the first day of kindergarten, you pushed through it. You are a fearless learner and so excited to learn everything. We are so lucky to have you in our class and as a little Mustang. Love, Mrs. Abear and your 2022-2023 kindergarten class. Great job showing everybody what we're doing today. That was awesome. All right, our next terrific kid is Bo Scaife. Come on, Bo. Bo is certainly a problem solver. Whenever I or someone in our class pose a problem, Bo is almost always the first one to propose a solution. Bo deeply cares about others, and his empathy paired with a can-do attitude will surely bring him far. I can't wait to watch you grow and see what you accomplish. Love, Mrs. Abear and your 2022-2023 kindergarten class. All right, stay here and keep looking right here. Our next terrific kid is Ensley Berry. Ensley is a fearless learner. She comes to school every day ready and excited to learn. Her excitement for learning is contagious. She continually pushes herself to try her best and helps her classmates do the same. We are so glad to have Ensley in our class. Keep up the great work. Love, Mrs. Hess. just a reminder, be careful when you're walking back off, okay? All right, our next terrific kid is Blake Wallace. Blake Wallace is a fearless learner. He is always willing to face any challenge I put in front of him with an open mind and a positive attitude. I can count on him to help his friends without hesitation. We are so glad to have Blake in our class. Keep up the great work. Love, Mrs. Hess. Our next terrific kid is Kaylee Denmark. This month's terrific kid in Mr. Johnston's class is Kaylee Denmark. There are a few students that have the abilities that Kaylee demonstrates to us every day of the week. Not only does she have laser-like focus both on the carpet and at her seat, she can easily demonstrate her understanding of what is being taught at any given time. Also, Kaylee is absolutely amazing in her ability to demonstrate how to behave in a classroom by following all the class rules all the time. Lastly, she has the amazing ability to not only complete her assignments in a timely manner, but she is eagerly willing to help others who are struggling around her. Kaylee Denmark, you truly are a wonderful, kind, and terrific kid. And that is Love, Mr. Johnston. Our next terrific kid is Tobias Thornton. This month's terrific kid in Mr. Johnston's class is none other than Tobias Thornton. Tobias is one of the most fearless learners that I have ever had the honor to know. He is super eager to tackle any class assignments I can send his way, whether it be math, reading, phonics, social studies, or science. Tobias will engage it with his pencil ablazing. Also, he is unquestionably one of the nicest people I have had the honor to know. He eagerly volunteers himself to help his partners with anything they may be having difficulty with. Lastly, he can even assist me with helping students sign into computer programs that are quite tricky to navigate. Tobias, you truly are a terrific kid and a great example for our class. Love, Mr. Johnston. Our next terrific kid is Carson Pierce. Come on, Carson. Come on. Come on, Carson. If I have to be up here, you have to be up here. Hold on, let me read about you. Carson truly is a fearless learner. He approaches his learning taste with eagerness and enthusiasm. He attempts new and familiar tasks without complaint. Carson has made great strides in reading and math already this year. We are proud of him, and that's from his class, Miss Evans' class. So, parents, in case you're wondering, you're going to hear Fearless Leader a lot. Fearless Leader is one of the first categories in our Portrait of a Graduate, which is the focus that we are doing. We've moved a little bit away from character counts, and we've moved to Portrait of a Graduate. And each month or each month and a half, we'll be celebrating different characteristics. And this first month and a half of school, we were celebrating fearless learners. So our next terrific kid is Miss Chloe Wallace. Chloe Chloe is an all around great student. She is always listening attentively in class and always puts forth her best effort in work. She is an outstanding friend and peer to all the students in class. She is always willing to help her peers and do the right thing as a student. She shows respect to adults and other students. I am so happy to have Chloe in my class. Love, Mrs. Langford. Our next terrific kid is Ronnie Wilson. Doesn't she look spectacular today in that shiny shirt? Ronnie is always friendly with all her peers. She tries to do her very best work and is always willing to learn. Ronnie is always helpful and treats everyone equally. Ronnie follows directions and rules in and out of the classroom. And that's from her class, Love, Miss Langford. Now look there and smile. Our next terrific kid is Dakari Jenkins. I'd just like to comment, boys and girls, you guys are doing an amazing job down there today. You're welcome. Dakari is terrific. Hold it down so they can see your face. There we go. Smile. Dakari is terrific because he is always wanting to learn. He tries hard even when faced with something difficult. He listens very carefully and follows through. Dakari is always smiling. He likes to draw and tell stories, and he is a friend to everyone. He displays all the traits of a Melrose Mustang with his kindness. Our class is so very happy to celebrate Dakari and how terrific he really is. Love, Mrs. Tilson and class. Our next terrific kid is Aiden Nunes. Our terrific kid is Aiden Nunes. Aiden is truly terrific because he always keeps trying, even when he has something hard to do. He loves to read and share what he has learned. Aiden is exceptionally good at tiny details, like finding a specific word in a story or a lost puzzle piece in our classroom. Aiden helps our class stay on track and always to see things in a fun way. We love having such a terrific person in our class. Love, Mrs. Tilson and class. Our next terrific kid is Sammy Dickerson. Sammy enters our class every morning with a big smile and is ready to work. Sammy is a responsible student whom I can always count on. She enjoys contributing to classroom discussions and activities. She is a great helper and enjoys helping others when she has finished her work. Sammy is a caring and compassionate girl. She is such a valued member of our class. Keep up the great work, Sammy. We love you. And that's from Mrs. Coates and class. Our next terrific kid is Shayna Rumbleworth. Shayna is our terrific kid for September. She enters the class each day with a big smile and is ready to work. She always puts forth 100% in all that she does. She never gives up, even when the work gets hard. She truly is a fearless learner in our class. She's also very caring. Shayna is always making sure everyone at her team understands the work and is the first one to lend a helping hand if needed. She's a very responsible student and a valued member of the classroom. Keep up the fabulous work, Shayna. We love you. From Mrs. Coates and class. Our next terrific kid is Bodie Morris. My nomination for Terrific Kid for the first 9 weeks is Bodie Morris. The theme is Fearless Learner, and Bodie has demonstrated this trait with an amazing outcome in his work. Congratulations, Bodie, and keep up the wonderful example you are giving to the rest of the students in the class. Love, Miss Meyer. Our next terrific kid is Cruz Pal. For my October Terrific Kid, I am choosing Cruz Pal. Cruz is an excellent example of what it is to be a fierce leader. He is always listening to instruction and taking his time on assigned work so that his grades reflect the best possible outcome for him. Congratulations, Cruz, and keep up the awesome work. Love, Miss Meyer. All right. Next, Cesar Aguero Martinez. So come on this side, Cesar. Switch up a little bit. All right, stand up straight. Oh, there you go. I am so proud of the changes in Cesar this year. He has opened up his mind to learning and is excited for every new thing that comes his way. While some of the standards we cover are not new for him, the curriculum certainly is. It seems he has gained confidence, and this definitely shows. He has emerged from what was once a very shy, withdrawn in class individual to what is now a very engaged student. He is now fearless in his learning and even eager for whatever comes next. I have seen him take an interest in his classmates and group activities. He is helpful and involved, and it brings happiness to my heart to see such changes in his attitude and positivity to his time spent here at school. We love you, Cesar, from Mrs. Andrews and the Alligators. Our next terrific kid is Bailey Cason. Bailey could easily qualify for each and every category on the portrait of a graduate poster. She has quickly become indispensable in our classroom. I love the way she is always looking to take on what is next. She really does eagerly await the next challenge. She truly wants to learn new things and is not afraid to share her ideas, but makes sure to not to overstep. This is a quality that amazes me at this age. She always has great manners toward her classmates. Even though she is almost always the first to be ready to share her answer or to have her hand up, she is attentive to others even when they are way off base. She does not look down on others, but instead thinks, how can I help? A few weeks ago, she asked me if she could speak to the class about something she wanted to implement on the playground. When she addressed the class, she said that if anyone was having a problem they needed help with, they could find her. Ooh, this is really sweet, Bailey. They could find her and she would do her best to help them, and closed with, or if you're just having a bad day, I am here to listen. She has all the pillars we used in the past as well. She is respectful, kind, well rounded, and helpful. So I leave you with the fact that she is a very mature, thoughtful young lady. I must add, great job, Mom and Dad. You should at least get an honorable mention since I'm inclined to think you may have had something to do with it. We love you, Bailey, from Miss Andrews and the Alligators. That is really sweet. All right, stay here, you know, it's right here, okay? Hold it down a little. All right. Our next terrific kid is Miss Zoe Sims. Zoe is a fearless learner, sorry. Zoe walked in to meet the teacher and boldly introduced herself in a very confident manner. I knew instantly that she had real interest in learning. She is not afraid to offer her thoughts or answers in our class discussions. Zoe takes pride in her work and can be counted on to help out her teammates if she sees that they need help. She does so in such an encouraging way. Thank you for your smile and positive attitude, Zoe. Love, Miss Grider, and your third grade class family. And that was for our August September terrific kid. Our next terrific kid is Ethan House. Ethan is a fearless learner. If you know Ethan, then you know that he is interested in learning and doesn't mind telling you what he knows. Ethan is very motivated to tackle a variety of topics on my own. He will easily share his answers and explain how he came to a conclusion, even if it isn't spot on. Ethan is always ready to help and encourage others to try something new. There are many days that his positive attitude and willingness to take on whatever task he is challenged with is a bright spot in my day. Thank you for your smile and positive attitude, Ethan. Love, Miss Grider, and your third grade class family. And that was for our October terrific kids. Our next terrific kid is Emily Mullen. Emily is a terrific kid for many reasons, and here are just a few. First, Emily is a kind girl who is always showing her loving spirit. She does she does just care about her friends. She doesn't just care about her friends. No, she cares for everyone. Also, Emily always gives her best. Every time I give an assignment, I can count on Emily to give it her all. Keep being loving, kind, friendly, hardworking, and just my sweet Emily. Love you, Miss Connie Harris. Next, Miss Eliana Wolfe. Eliana is a terrific kid for many reasons, and here are just a few. First, Eliana is a smart girl who is always learning. In her spare time, she doesn't goof off. No, she reads, studies, and learns. Also, Eliana is always kind to others. I know I can sit her next to any kid, and she will be kind and helpful. Keep being awesome, terrific, super, marvelous, and just Eliana. Love you, Miss Connie Harris. Our next terrific kid is Elena Bryant. Elena is eager to learn each and every day. She works tirelessly to accomplish her daily tasks. She is sure of herself and is always willing to help others. Elena's quiet confidence helps her undertake new challenges. We are proud of you, Elena. Love, Miss Alves, Mrs. Johnston, and Mrs. Mixon. Hold it down a little. Look right over here. Smile. Next, Emmett Wills. Emmett Wells is always excited to learn new information. He makes connections to what he already knows and is eager to share and apply his new knowledge. When Emmett is engaged, nothing can stop him, and his excitement is obvious. We are so proud of you, Emmett. Always keep your excitement for learning. Love, Mrs. Alves, Mrs. Johnston, and Mrs. Mixon. All right, so we're going to look right here. Next, Ava Screen. Ava Screen is insightful and can make inferences about new content. She demonstrates a firm understanding of previously learned content. She grasps new information quickly and effortlessly. If she doesn't understand a concept, she is quick to ask for help. Keep up the great work, Ava. Love, Mrs. Alves, Mrs. Johnston, and Mrs. Mixon. Next, Daryl Stern. Daryl Stern has impressed us with his fearless approaches to learning. He is ready to face any learning challenge in all three classes. When he is confident with the material, he is ready to step up and help his peers learn the content. We are so proud of you, Daryl. Keep up the great work. Love, Mrs. Alves, Mrs. Johnston, and Mrs. Mixon. Just when you think you're getting close to the end, there's a whole bunch more. Our next student is Carson Wallace, and I don't think Carson is here today, but you guys can go ahead and clap. I'll read his real quick. Carson comes to class excited to learn every day. His happy demeanor brings a calming presence to the class. He helps others by sharing his insights in learning. He makes thoughtful observations and takes pride in his work. We absolutely adore him. Keep working hard, Carson, and that's from Miss Alves, Miss Johnston, and Miss Mixon. Next, Ava Wilson. No, Ava? All right, we'll read hers too. Ava Wilson is a fearless learner. She attacks tasks with enthusiasm and confidence. She has a quiet determination and resolves to figure out problems that are challenging without assistance. We are so proud of you, Ava. Continue to take on challenges head on. Love, Miss Alves, Miss Johnston, and Miss Mixon. All right, next, Jayla Hill. We are so pleased with Jayla for the consistent participation she gives in her classes. She is always willing to answer a question or explain the solution to a problem. Jayla owns her learning. She uses the strategies that are taught to her. She checks over her work before turning it in, and she asks for help when she needs it. Also, Jayla has an amazing personality. She is cheerful and kind and gets along with everyone. Keep up the fabulous work, Jayla. We are proud of you and look forward to seeing you learn and grow even more throughout your fifth grade year. Love, your fifth grade teachers, Miss Harvin, Miss Fuller, and Miss Siebert. Did you get all of hers, or do I need to redo hers? We were good? Okay, awesome. Next, James Marini. James is an incredible example of a fearless learner. He is enthusiastic about all subjects and is a leader in the groups he works with. He shares his deep insight with his teammates and keeps the academic conversations going. We are thankful to have James as part of our class. Love, Mrs. Fuller and the fifth grade. All right, look right here. Smile. Our next terrific kid is Morgan Rumple. Morgan is our terrific kid for this month, and the characteristic trait for a fearless learner really defines her well. She is always eager to learn new things and try new approaches. I just love the way she guides and leads her team when we are doing team tasks or group activities. She is a go-getter and always reaching for that next level. I can't wait to see how much she grows this year. She is a true joy to have in class and a ray of sunshine that lights up our room. Keep up the great work, Morgan. Love, the fifth grade teachers, Miss Harvin, Miss Fuller, and Mrs. Siebert. Jossier servants. Jossier is a wonderful and pleasant student in our classroom. He is an eager learner, always ready to attempt a new activity. Jossier is confident that he can be successful, and he usually does so. We are so proud of Jossier. Love, Miss Evans' class. Our next terrific kid is Lee Ward. Lee is our terrific kid for this month, and he definitely demonstrates the characteristic trait for fearless learner. He is always eager to learn new things and try new approaches. He is never afraid to ask questions if he is having trouble or needs some further assistance to gain the knowledge to move on. I just love the way he guides and leads his team when we are doing team tasks or group activities. He is a go-getter, and this type of attitude and drive will allow him to really go far. Let me read that sentence again. He is a go-getter, and this type of attitude and drive will allow him to go really far. I can't wait to see how much he grows this year. Keep up the great work, Lee, from Miss Harvin and class. Our next terrific kid is Jillian Huntley. Melrose Elementary School's character trait for the month of September is fearless learner. Jillian Huntley is Mrs. Siebert's fearless learner recipient. Talk about a young lady who is internally motivated to go above and beyond what is expected in the classroom. That is our Jillian. Jillian strives for excellence each and every day. Not to mention, Jillian is polite, respectful, and a positive teammate to others. I look forward to continuing to watch Jillian flourish this year as a Melrose Mustang. Congratulations, Jillian. You are a terrific kid. Mrs. Siebert. Our next terrific kid is Abigail Johnson. She's not here? All right, Abigail's not here, but we'll read hers real quick. Abigail Johnson is fifth grade's Fearless Learner recipient from Mrs. Siebert's homeroom. Abigail is a hard worker. She puts extra effort into her assignments. She goes above and beyond what is required to make her work as detailed as possible, knowing that the extra effort is going to benefit her learning in the long run. Abigail is an all-around terrific kid. She not only works well with her classmates, but she also respects classroom rules and procedures. She is always on task and works diligently and quietly. She is a true joy to have in the classroom. Congratulations, Abigail. You are a terrific kid. Love, your fifth grade teachers, Miss Fuller, Miss Siebert, and Mrs. Harvin. Our next terrific kid is Saki Schoenfeld. Say it. I know I didn't say it right. Schoenfeld. I'll get it one day. So Saki Schoenfeld. My terrific kid is Saki. She represents being a fearless learner by coming into class excited and eager for more knowledge. She is an absolute joy to have in the classroom and always has excellent participation. Saki, I hope you continue to be a leader and helper to your classmates. With your amazing attitude and perseverance, I know you will do great things. Love, Mrs. Dykes. Our next terrific kid is Remy Schroer. Remy is the definition of a fearless learner. He never backs down from a challenge, even when his team has given up. Remy always comes to class eager to learn and is constantly trying to improve his skills. Remy, your perseverance is inspiring, and I want you to continue to push yourself and never accept that you are not capable, because you are. It has been a joy to have you in the classroom, and I know you are going to improve so much this year. Love, Mrs. Dykes. Our next terrific kid is Valentino Rossi Nieves. Valentino was chosen to be Miss Miller's terrific kid for September 2022. He is a kind-hearted person who is well liked by all of his peers. He is an attentive student and is an active participant in classroom discussions. He is always willing to help when his classmates have questions and is always patient when they don't understand. I look forward to seeing his smiling face each morning because I know it will be a great day in class. Congratulations, Valentino. You have set the bar high for everyone. Thank you for being a terrific kid, Miss Miller. I'm going to look right there and smile, okay? Our next terrific kid is Aiden Screen. Evan was chosen to be Miss Miller's terrific kid for October 2022. Evan is always courteous, well-mannered, and remains focused on his work. He exhibits a positive outlook and attitude in the classroom. Evan has incredible self-discipline and always completes his work on time. He is well liked by his peers and always willing to help when his classmates have questions. He also encourages the other members of his group and helps keep the group focused and on task. Congratulations, Evan. Thank you for being a terrific kid. From Miss Miller. Our next terrific kid is Jacob Hall. Jacob never shies away from a learning opportunity. He uses what he knows to ever expand his mastery of knowledge. His eagerness to apply what he learns in new and creative ways is a breath of fresh air in class. Thank you and keep up the great work, Jacob. Jacob Hall is a fearless leader. And next, Miss Pandora Mosley. Pandora reminds me of what it is like to have a student who loves to learn. She is interested in everything and really loves to learn new things. Never stop learning, Pandora. You are a fearless leader. All right, I was just trying to look real quick. Did I miss any boys and girls? I think everybody got to come up, right? Parents, thank you so much for coming. I know you might want to see your children. If you will not take your children from here, let them go back to class. If you want to go ahead and check them out, then go to the office and they will call them. So boys and girls, you will be going back to class. If your parents are here and you want to see them for just a second, you can. Thank you all for coming. Keep up the great work, boys and girls.
changes catch your eye, and you come to realize one can make a difference. Reach out, stand out, find out what it's all about. See it all, stand tall, be there to catch them when they fall. Life is bigger than just one. But one can make a difference. Nothing changes quite as much as change, and the things we rearrange, trying to make a difference. Reach down, deep down, look at the sky of another town. Listen well, the wind will tell you something good is in the air. Oh, life is bigger than just one. Oh, but one can make a difference. Stand up, find out what it's all about. See it all, stand tall, being there to catch them when they fall. Reach out and stand down, find out what it's all about now. See it all, stand tall, being there to catch them when they fall. Life is bigger than just one, but one can make a difference. Life is bigger than just one, but one can make a difference.